Hello, welcome back. As we have seen the previous two problems to solve the transportation problems, the two methods which we have already seen before is your northwest corner, and the second method was the least cost method. Now let us come to the third method. The third method is known as your Vogel's approximation method, VAM. Okay, and I am going to use the same problem which I have used before to solve the northwest corner and the least cost method. Fine, and we had got the two different costs in both the two solutions. Now let us try to understand how Vogel's approximation method works. You can see this transportation table which I have written down. Okay, I have added a new column and a new row by the name penalty. Okay, in the VAM method, we are going to do the allocation to the minimum cost cell in the row or a column with the highest penalty. Now, how do I calculate the penalty and what do you mean by a penalty? Now, to calculate the penalty, we have to first search for the two list values or two smallest value in each row. Okay, for example, in the first row, the two values, smallest values is 100 and 190. We are supposed to subtract these two values. So 190 minus 100 will give me the first penalty as 90. And this penalty indicates that if I do not make the allocation in this particular cell here, okay, I will be having a penalty or I will have a loss of 90 rupees might be, or whatever unit I'll be using here. Clear? Similarly, I'll be doing the calculation for all the rows and all the columns. Let us quickly do this. The two smallest value in the next row is 300 and 400. So penalty is 100 here. In the next one, it is 100 and 200 again. So we have 100 as the penalty. For the third row, let us come to the columns. The first least value 190 and next is 400. So when we subtract, I'll get 210. Then we have 100 and 300. So I'll get 200 here. Next one we have 400 and 400. So the penalty is 0 in this case. And the last column we have 100 and 200. So penalty is 100. Now we have to compare all these penalties in the rows and the columns, and the allocation will happen in the row or the column which is having the highest penalty. And here you can see we have the highest penalty here. Okay, so this is my first column in which I'll be doing my allocation. Now to do the allocation, I have to go to the minimum cost in this column. So 190 was the minimum cost. Again, look at the demand and the supply. Whichever is the least value, smallest value, assign that first. So we have 50. So the first allocation will be 50 here. Demand now becomes 0 and supply is 20 now. Okay. Now after doing this allocation, the column is now completed. We don't have any further allocations to be done in this column W1. So I'll just put a cross and recalculate all my penalties from the remaining cells. Again, check the first row Do not include this cell because it is allocated. Check the least two values. We have 100 and 300 now. So my new penalty is 200. Okay. Second one, we have 300 and 400. So the next one is 100, 100 and 200. So again 100. No need of doing the calculation for the first column. It's already out of picture. Let us check the second column. We have 100 and 300. So 200 remain as it is. I'll just cross it over and write 200. Same thing here. So this will remain 0 and this will remain 100. Okay. Now compare the new penalty values. Which is the highest value? We have 200 here and a 200 here. But whenever there is a tie, as I told you, we have to check how many units can be allocated in the cells and select the one where we can allocate maximum units. Okay. So if I select this row and do the allocations, I have 20 in my supply and the least cost was 100, so I can put only 20 here. Okay. And if I select this column, the least cost is 100. I have 180 in my supply and 80 in my demand. So 80 is more than 20. So more units can be assigned to this cell. So I will go to this column and do the allocation. So do the allocation in the cell having the least cost here, 80 and 180. So 80 is my allocated value. Subtract 80 from 80, I get 0 here. Cross this out, do the subtraction here as well. I get 100 units remaining. Next, again find the penalties. Now there are two values here, so I'll directly write here 400, then here I'll get 200, fine, and here as well I get 200. These two rows, there's no change, or columns, there are no change, 0 and 100, fine. Which is the maximum penalty? 400 is the maximum penalty. So this is my third allocation, and I'll be allocating in this cell here. 20 is my supply and we have 140 as the demand. So 20 has to be assigned here. Cross this. This becomes 0 now. Subtract 20 from here. I get 120 as the demand, which is remaining. Clear? Now this row has been completed. We have only this 4 cells remaining. The value for penalty in P2 will not change, neither it will change for P3. So this will remain 200 and 200 here, but there will be a change here. So this one remains 0 and here we get now 400. Okay, compare the values. This is already been done. This was my third allocation. 400 is the maximum value, right? So I'll do my allocations in W4. So this is my fourth allocation. Where do I do the allocation? In the least cost cell, 100 units to be in the supply and we have 120 here. So I will allocate 100 units. This will complete this row. So I'll put a cross here. Subtract 100 from here. I get 20, which is remaining. Okay. Now this problem becomes simple now because I have only one row remaining. Immediately you can see we have the least cost as 400, so 70 and 90, assign 70 here, subtract 70, I get 20, this is 0, and the last cell which is remaining will have 20 in this cell. Clear? This completes all my allocations, and let us count the number of allocations which we have got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we have allocated cells equal to 6, which is equal to m plus n minus 1. Okay, that means we have got the initial feasible solution. And now let us calculate the cost here. Cost is equal to, we can just write 50 multiplied by 190 plus 20 multiplied by 100 plus 70 by 400 plus 20 by 600 plus 80 by 100 plus 100 by 200, and do the calculations, and the value which I will get here will be 79,500. Fine, and you can see the difference between all the three solutions. When I used my northwest corner, what was the cost which I got? Even though it was a feasible solution, I got 89,500. Using the least cost method, I got initial feasible solution and the cost was 83,000. And finally, using the VAM method, that is Vogel's approximation method, I got the initial feasible solution and the cost was 79,500. Okay, so even if you compare all the three methods, the VAM method is the best method which we can use to get the initial feasible solution. I hope you have understood. Try it again, go through the video once again, one by one, do the steps and practice it. Thank you.